Hello again, everyone, and welcome to TV31 On One. This is our second episode, a new show designed to help you guys learn more about people in Stillwater that have helped shape our community that you may know, but you may not know a whole lot about. Our first guest was Cristy Morrison, and last week we talked about a lot of things, from how she grew up, where she graduated from, and those sorts of things. This week, it's a little different. We'll talk to Cristy about surviving breast cancer and what that battle was like in her life. We also talk about Visit Stillwater. How did it come to be? How did she get involved with Visit Stillwater? Let's rejoin our conversation with Cristy Morrison.
But then at the time, Visitors and Special Events Bureau job came open, and a lot of people I'd worked with at the chamber were calling and saying, "You've got to come back, you got to come back." And
so that was through the chamber initially.
It was through the chamber, yeah, it was Department of the Chamber. So, and I enjoyed the trade show part of the job. I didn't like that I wasn't as involved in the community anymore.
Right.
And so, probably during that time, I was probably on 8 different nonprofit committees because I just wanted to stay involved. So
Sure.
I went back and I applied for that. I think I would rather apply for a job in front of 100 people I've never met than a room full of people that are pretty good friends. That was stressful.
And so obviously that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
You ended up there for how long?
We were a department of the chamber for 15 years.
So explain.
When I was there.
So it was a brand new program.
No, it had been around 10 years.
Okay.
So it started in '85, and I started there in '95.
And what was the job title? What were you supposed to do?
The job title was Executive Director of the Visitors and Special Events Bureau.
And you were supposed to
bring visitors to Stillwater.
So basically, it was again part of the city. I mean, part of the chamber rather, and your job was to basically kind of do what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So the ordinance, I'm just kind of curious, the ordinance that was drafted to create this with the hotel tax, that happened in '85.
It did.
Okay, so you inherited that in '95 and moved forward. So you were with the chamber in that role for how long?
Right at about 15 years.
And then it went from there to the city.
To the Department of the City.
Then went from the Department of the City to a contractor, essentially, of the city, right?
Right.
And that is where it is right now. So let's go back all the way. How much of your, first off, your trade show training, your sales door-to-door training, your marketing education,
and the accounting background.
And the accounting background. How much of that did you end up getting to use?
All of it. I mean, it really is just so interesting what my life was and how it ended up being where it is today. And I think a lot of stuff that I enjoy to do in my own time has been incredibly beneficial doing in my professional career as well. So every single bit of it, the accounting background has been infinitely beneficial for so many reasons. And the sales stuff, I mean, that's why I say if I had that sales job today, I would rock it. Because it's a lot more challenging to sell an experience or a community than it is a product.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so it's just a lot more of a challenge, but I've loved every single bit of it. We've gone through a lot of transitions, and it was a one-person office, and then it's grown, and the budget's grown, the staff's grown. We didn't even have a visitor guide when I took the job. So, and I knew the chamber side of things. I didn't know the tourism side, so I had to just really jump in and do a lot of education. And once again, that was before the internet.
Right. So let's back up. You stayed in town for a boy, married said boy.
Yeah.
Married how long?
Oh, man. I think about 7 years.
Really?
I haven't thought about it in a long time. Yeah. I think I loved his son more than I loved him, now that I think about it, just to be honest.
This is a show that is, the whole new concept, TV31 On One. And I want to go deep, but I don't know if I want to go that.
Have you tried TS Fork yet? They have great meals being served weekly on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But I want to tell you about their incredible Sunday lunches. Every Sunday from 11 to 2, you can drop in at TS Fork at White Barn Estates for a lunch like Grandma used to make. The menu changes weekly, but it includes selections like fried chicken, roast beef, meatloaf, and all the fixins'. No reservations needed, special pricing for kids, and a great home-cooked meal at TS Fork. And while you're there, check out the gift shop with made-in-Oklahoma products and items you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at tsfork.com.
To all of our neighbors, friends, the people we see every day, we come to you today with no news or announcement, but to let you know what's on our hearts. Because quite simply, we feel honored. You're the reason that what we do is so much more meaningful than a job. The reason we believe in the power of investing in tomorrow. But you're also the reason we believe in the power of sharing the same neighborhoods and a loyalty that's bigger than any challenge. So this is simply thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to move forward and grow, but never lose sight of the roots that connect us. As we step boldly into a time of change and innovation, consider this our promise that every investment in our hospital is an investment in our communities. Because you're the reason we love what we do and love where we live.
The McCafe is now featuring cold brew coffee and cold brew frappes. Face the day with a cold brew coffee from the McCafe with a rich cold brew coffee blended with ice for a creamy frozen drink that's colder than cold brew. Or refresh with a cold creamy frappe. We start with a cold brew coffee, blended ice, and topped with whipped cream and rich chocolate drizzle for a great anytime frozen treat. McDonald's in Stillwater, Perkins, Perry, and Cushing. I'm loving it. Kent and Barbara Houck have been saying they're a one-stop shop for many years. In 1951, the Houck Agency began insuring Oklahomans and since has expanded to insure people in 11 states across the country. The Houck Agency can find the policy that fits your needs from business health coverage, individual health, home, auto, and long-term health care policies. They have a staff that can take care of financial planning, including retirement and investing. And Barbara Houck has been a realtor for over 35 years, and her contacts helped her buy and sell homes and commercial properties across the state. One-stop shop, the Houck Agency, 801 South Main in Stillwater. Call statewide toll-free at 800-543-8588. The Houck Agency, when experience counts.
Hi, Casey Kendrick back here at TV31 On One. We're on location today at Visit Stillwater right here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And our guest this first 2 weeks has been Cristy Morrison. We've talked about a number of things from her home life and growing up to her professional life. Well, what about her personal life as an adult? Why did she say yes to marriage? And why won't she ever get married again? Here's Cristy Morrison.
I blame my parents to this day that we got married because he'd asked me several times, and I guess if you don't immediately say yes, that maybe that's a sign. But then my parents announced they were moving to Norway, and I thought, oh, gosh, okay, well, I guess if I want my parents at my wedding, I need to go ahead and make that happen.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Anyway.
Never married since.
No.
How come?
No.
How come?
I think I like my job better than I'd like anybody that I've ever. And it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have a special person who is okay with the fact, I mean, you do too. You have a job that you're on 24/7. And not everybody enjoys being interrupted at dinner or lunch and having to work weekends and evenings. And some people just, that's not okay with them. And it's hard sometimes.
So you have had, again, with your training and the boards that you've sat on, those sorts of things, you've had ample opportunity to go other places. Why do you stay in Stillwater?
There are very, very few of us who get to promote the community. That's also the home of their alma mater. And with that comes a lot of passion. There's very few of us that have the relationship that we have with our athletic department and have the ability to call anybody to make something happen. What's the greatest thing about a destination marketing organization are the contacts that we have, because you're wanting to make it easy for somebody to make a decision to come to your community. And if there's somebody in our position that doesn't know who to call or where to find something, then it's a great disservice to those that are trying to come to town. So I think a lot of it is just that the community's really embraced what we do, and so that's why it's so rewarding to be able to help promote them. You know, our job's not to put money necessarily in our pockets, but to create wealth for everybody else. And so I think it's just been really rewarding to see small businesses get bigger and grow and all that kind of stuff.
And obviously over the 40 years that you've been here, you have seen some
Has
of that.
it been that long?
It's been 95, 05, 50, close. You're working on it anyway.
Oh, gosh. I know that in May of this year it'll be 10 years.
Is that right?
And there's a
10
very
years.
good friend of mine named Kim Little who did tourism down in Davis, Oklahoma. She's in Texas now. But she's the one every year. This is a weird deal, but I always forget about it. She remembers the cancer-free day. She remembers everything, and every year she sends me. So she goes, okay, I'll remind you this year when it's your 10-year anniversary. It seems like it wasn't that long ago.
It seems like it was yesterday
It
in
does.
a lot of ways. But, you didn't make a huge deal about it. I mean, you did, but you didn't. I mean, we knew it, but what was that like? When you heard the diagnosis, what was that day like?
Well, I was sitting on the back porch with my mom and my dad, and the phone rang, and I said, this is it. And my dad goes, well, pick it up. And I said, it's cancer. And he goes, yeah, I think so, too. I picked it up and had the conversation and hung up and said, yep, it is. And so we said, all right, what are we going to do next? And I had all this information out on the table. And I said, here's what I think I want to do, but I need to go interview some surgeons and make sure I'm not a surgeon, but I was pretending like I was. I thought I was at the time.
So what was, again, going back to your family support group and how tight your group is, how did they handle it?
My family handles stuff like that by joking around and laughing and just, I said, well, I guess I'm going to finally get that boob job I've been talking about for years, which I was never going to do, honestly, but so, yeah, I think that's kind of how we handled it.
So you do talk about all the things you do for your job and all the education and the process to get to where you were. How much education did you get on this? Again, because now the internet is around, and how much of it was scary and how much of it was informative, and how hard was it to figure out where to really go for treatment?
That's a really good point, because there was crazy stuff on the internet. I put together what I called a boob book, and I started literally, I researched radiation and lumpectomies and chemotherapy and mastectomies, and every single possibility. And then I just started talking to people who I'd known. In fact, I reached out to Charlotte Horning and some other women that you know and just said, okay, who was your surgeon and why did you pick them? And I actually interviewed 3 surgeons before I picked the one and the path that I was going to take.
Since 1957, the Hideaway has been a staple in Stillwater. Times may have changed since the Hideaway originally opened, but the great pizza and friendly atmosphere has never wavered. Stop in at 230 South On Block Street and try one of our specialty pizzas, including the Paradise Pie with Alfredo sauce, chicken, bacon, mushroom, spinach, and fresh tomato. Or for those meat lovers, check out the Big Country, featuring pepperoni, bacon, Italian sausage, Canadian bacon, and cheddar cheese. And for a starter, try the famous fried mushrooms. The Hideaway. Dine in or call 372-4777 for takeout or delivery.
From festivals and parades to the big spring game,
April in America's friendliest college town is going to be legendary.
Come ignite your flame with Payne County Pride, the first community-based Pride Festival here in Payne County.
With a new name and the same great music, the Stillwater Music Festival is set for 2 nights of blues, rock, and funk. Enjoy the sound of Morgan, the Val Gladden Band, Jennifer Marriott, and more.
Private party or a Payne party, we offer it here. At Stillwater, we teach art, dance, drama classes. Check out our awesome summer camp. Call today.
Legends Weekend is jam-packed with unique events, including the Stillwater Arts Festival, OSU Cowboy Football, and the Remember the 10 Run, showcasing the vibe of America's friendliest college town. Honoring more than 58,000 Americans who died in the Vietnam War, The Wall That Heals is coming to OSU campus. Don't miss a beat in America's friendliest college town.
Check out our full listing of events at visitstillwater.org.
Kent and Barbara Houck have been saying they're a one-stop shop for many years. In 1951, the Houck Agency began insuring Oklahomans and since has expanded to insure people in 11 states across the country. The Houck Agency can find the policy that fits your needs, from business health coverage, individual health, home, auto, and long-term health care policies. They have a staff that can take care of financial planning, including retirement and investing. And Barbara Houck has been a realtor for over 35 years, and her contacts helped her buy and sell homes and commercial properties across the state. One-stop shop, the Houck Agency, 801 South Main in Stillwater. Call statewide toll-free at 800-543-8255. 8588. The Houck Agency, when experience counts.
Welcome back once again to the show. And Christy and I have had a lot of fun talking about a lot of different subjects. We kind of talked about the cancer and how she found out that she had cancer. And we kind of talked about the areas of where that was going for her and the emotions of that. But deeper than that, the question becomes, how do you fight cancer? How do you know where treatment is going to be get taken? How do you know where to go? Family support. How does that all come in? And Christy was very open and honest about that part of her life.
And I actually interviewed 3 surgeons before I picked the one and the path that I was going to take.
So, and you ended up where?
I ended up with Beverly Talbert, and she was at Mercy at the time.
So you didn't go to MD Anderson?
I did not.
You never went to MD Anderson? Really? Why?
Because I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Going back to my original
I know.
point. Yeah.
I just
in
never,
hindsight, because it's obviously it worked out. You're cancer-free. How long have you been cancer-free?
almost 10 years.
Oh, 10 years is cancer-free. So we're
Yep.
talking 12, 13 years ago since the diagnosis and all the treatment and all of that.
No, actually, the day of my mastectomies, there was a clear margin. So even a few months later, when I went to the oncologist,
okay.
he said that although it's 3 months later, technically that is your cancer-free day.
I got you. So
I think
it was
it's May
almost
5th,
all in
but
the
I
same
don't remember.
time.
Yeah.
So when you look at, which is obviously an interesting date, and tornadoes coming to
I
Oklahoma.
know, isn't
yeah,
that
so,
weird?
So, but with you, I mean, MD Anderson, I mean, that's where everybody goes.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thinks about other places, and they go, no, I'm not messing with this. I'm going to MD Anderson. Never crossed your mind?
It did when somebody suggested
Especially with your
it.
parent having been in Houston.
I know. This is going to make me sound so stupid and shallow, probably. I just didn't want to take that much time.
Wow.
And I just thought, if I can get it treated an hour away, it would be less time away from work, and it just disrupt my life less. That was the hardest part of the whole thing. It was incredibly time-consuming.
Sure.
But I just didn't. I just didn't think there was a need.
Did you do chemo, radiation?
No, in fact, the first surgeon I went to wanted to do radiation because as we caught the cancer quick, but it was unusually large, which is, large for cancer could be itty-bitty, but you know what I'm saying? So, trust me to have something very unusual. So the first surgeon wanted to do radiation to shrink it, to do a lumpectomy, and then chemo, and then probably mastectomy. The second one I really didn't like. He wanted to just do chemo and then do the mastectomies. This time, and I'm doing research all of this time, so by the time I went to Beverly Talbert, my parents were actually in town for this one, I said to her, why do I have to do radiation and chemo if we're just going to do the mastectomies? And she said, well, I think they were trying to save your breast. And I'm like, I don't care. I said, can we just do the mastectomies, skip the radiation and the chemo, and then if I have a clear margin, take out some lymph nodes, then I can skip all that? And she said, yeah. I said, okay, done. That's what we're going to do.
And so, obviously, you did that. Again, you were declared cancer-free. You've not had any issues there since. But a few heart issues along the way.
Oh, yeah.
A little skin cancer battle.
Yeah, I think I have it again. I know, it's you.
Me?
You're making me have skin cancer.
I'm not making you have skin cancer.
Let's talk to you about your skin cancer
No, this is
battles.
TV31 On One about you, not about me. So, all those health issues, how much of it's job-related, stress-related?
My surgeon said she thought that because of I was very young, considered young at the time to have breast cancer, no history. But then, I came back with, well, how do we know my grandmothers didn't have it?
Sure.
And so they 100%, every surgeon I went to said they thought it was probably stress-related, just given my history and why I would get it. And
undoubtedly the heart stuff could be.
yeah, I forgot what it's called, SVT,
Okay.
not STD, SVT, and I think a lot of people have it, but it just, every once in a while, it just kind of gets a little out of whack, and my heart won't slow down. It beats about 210 times a minute.
So as you think about your identity and where you are right now, what would you change? Well, if you could go back and change it right now, what would you do?
Wow.
Be honest. Nothing or a bunch?
You know, it's hard for me to hear this question and be able to distinguish between professionally and personally.
Because it's so tightly
yes,
conjoined with
correct.
you.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my very best friends are in the industry, which I think happens with all of us.
Sure.
But I think I would probably...
Where do you go for computer help? Gigabytes. Gigabyte staff are experts in virus removal, software updates, and faster running computers. Gigabytes also provide small business support and network support, including websites. And they do laptop screen replacements, and they do all kinds of cosmetic repairs as well. Whatever your computer needs, they are the ones that can provide you with the answers and solutions to get you up and running. Gigabytes, 918 South Main, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, or call 533-1715.
There's only one place you should go for new and expecting moms. Charlie's Baby, inside Charlie's Drag. You can choose from a wide range of unique products to support mom before, during, and after pregnancy, and throughout her breastfeeding journey. Let our dedicated staff assist you in choosing the perfect gift to support mom or help spoil that precious baby. Our unique selection is guaranteed to make your gift their very favorite. Visit us today at Charlie Baby, inside Charlie's Drug.
From festivals and parades to the big spring game.
April in America's friendliest college town is going to be legendary.
Come ignite your flame with Payne County Pride, the first community-based Pride Festival here in Payne County.
With a new name and the same great music, the Stillwater Music Festival is set for 2 nights of blues, rock, and funk. Enjoy the sound of Morgan, the Val Gladden Band, Jennifer Marriott, and more.
Private party or a paint party, we offer it here. At Stillwater, we teach art, dance, drama classes. Check out our awesome summer camp. Call today.
Legends Weekend is jam-packed with unique events including the Stillwater Arts Festival, OSU Cowboy Football, and the Remember the 10 Run, showcasing the vibe of America's friendliest college town. Honoring more than 58,000 Americans who died in the Vietnam War, The Wall That Heals is coming to OSU campus. Don't miss a beat in America's friendliest college town.
Check out our full listing of events at visitstillwater.org.
To our neighbors and friends, we come to you today to let you know what's on our hearts. Because you're the reason what we do is so much more meaningful than a job. The reason we believe in the power of investing in tomorrow and the power of community. So this is simply thank you. As we step boldly into a time of growth and change, consider this our promise that every investment in our hospital is an investment in our communities.
Have you tried TS Fork yet? They have great meals being served weekly on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But I want to tell you about their incredible Sunday lunches. Every Sunday from 11 to 2, you can drop in at TS Fork at White Barn Estates for a lunch like Grandma used to make. The menu changes weekly, but it includes selections like fried chicken, roast beef, meatloaf, and all the fixins. No reservations needed, special pricing for kids, and a great home-cooked meal at TS Fork. And while you're there, check out the gift shop with made-in-Oklahoma products and items you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at tsfork.com.
Welcome back for the last time on this show and this episode of TV31 On One. I'm Casey Kendrick, and we've been talking a lot with Cristy Morrison. And, you know, Cristy's now kind of had a chance to think a little bit about maybe something in her life that she might change. I don't know. Cristy pretty happy and pretty secure in who she is. Plus, she's been working at TV31 and been our co-host for a really, really long time. We talked about the first show and the nerves and how TV31 in the morning edition might have been able to help her career a little bit.
Oh man, I don't even know how to answer this. I think that I would not sacrifice as much as I did with friends and family for my job. I think I probably prioritized that a little incorrectly a few times.
Well, that's about as close to tears as I've gotten you. I think I could get a few if I tried real
I
hard.
said, if you make me cry, I'm going to punch you.
So I'm trying real hard not to. I'm trying to toe that line because I don't want to get punched in the face. Started at TV31 a long time ago. When we first started, we had restarted our morning edition program, and it had been one concept with two hosts, and I was a part of that show. Those co-hosts didn't quite work out. It didn't work out, so I became a monologue co-host. You were my first guest. You were my first guest. You and the coach at Stephen F. Austin used to be a coach here. I can't think of his name right now. It's not coming to me. And I'll have to think about that in just a minute. But I said, hey, do you want to be my co-host? And you said flippantly, sure. No? Yes? Really? I think really is what you really said.
I did. I go, what?
And the first time you were nervous on that first show.
I was throw up nervous.
Which was tougher, that first knock on the door with the jewelry sales or co-hosting the morning edition?
The morning edition.
And you know what's interesting? You just talked to we were talking about interviews just a minute ago, and I've done so many of these in 30 plus years. No, we should not. But because I've done so many, I've always said to you guys who have co-hosted with me on the morning edition, you guys do the interviews. I don't want to do. I've done too many. You guys get to do them. That was not a normal. I mean, until you've done that, it's very odd. But you jumped in and said, oh, okay,
right.
and now you're an interviewer.
Yeah, and it's helped me a lot in so many ways because in my professional career too, we get called by the media or we get hammered by some prospective meeting and event coordinators that are just like boom, 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 and I think the experience of interviewing people I've never met before in my life on live TV has helped me think better on my feet for those kind of situations. So
lastly, who knows when you retire? 15 years, 20 years, who knows? You may want to work until you're 80. I don't know. What does retirement look like? Does it look like me meaning you in in your home here in Stillwater, and obviously again, current climate can change everything. But if you had your choice, do you retire here? Do you take over the Granbury property, the place on the lake? Do you move to London? Where's the optimal when it's finally done? I've paid my I've done what I can do for my community. I'm ready to go rest a little bit. What does that look like?
I never actually thought about leaving Stillwater till recently. But I think the ultimate plan was, I think that's why my parents built that house, was for their kids, whoever might want to move into it someday. But I don't know. It's too overwhelming to think about moving from Stillwater,
Sure.
So I'm just in still a state of denial. I just don't think about it. But my sister and I joke around about living together in my parents' house and who's going to get what room and how we can make it to where we don't see each other for a week at a time. But, I honestly have not really thought about it that much.
Well, thanks for what you do for our community. Thanks for being our first TV31 On One guest.
I'm the first?
You're the number one. You're it.
Excellent.
Numero uno.
So,
and you didn't cry much.
No.
I mean, you started to punch. You started to draw back, but you didn't, and I appreciate this. Fun show. That's our first full guest with Cristy Morrison, 2 shows. But we got a chance again to talk about her battles with breast cancer, her personal life, her professional life. You see Cristy all around town. You know she's out promoting Stillwater all the time. But maybe you didn't know some of the personal things about her and what really goes on in her office. Another guy you probably know something a little bit about. You've heard his name. You've seen him. You know his businesses. His name is Stan Clark. And Stan Clark obviously has some businesses here in town. Well, we sat down with Stan Clark recently. We talked about his first job. We talked about his rearing. We talked about his time in Tulsa and how on earth did Eskimo Joe's ever get started. That and much, much more with Stan Clark on our next edition of TV31 On One.